Welcome back, guys. Ben here, and today we are checking out Hiraeth. Now, this was something that we tried like the demo and the playtest of a couple of times last year, and it is now out in early access on Steam for £20.99. Hiraeth is a sci-fi first-person survival game set on a desolate alien planet. Adapt to various threats while discovering the secrets of the abandoned dystopian colony. You can choose between two distinct game modes that share common gameplay mechanics, sandbox, and story. So it came out on the 3rd of September. It's from developer and publisher Jade Horse. It's pretty much one-man band who is pretty much making this game. It's Unreal Engine 5. It looks gorgeous when you're actually in there playing it. I've done the training on this, and like I said, I've probably got like 4 or 5 hours across the play tests on this. This is going to be the first time actually playing the early access and seeing what is actually here. But let's see if it's worth £20.99. Sit back, relax, like, comment, subscribe, and let's check out Hiraeth. Ara Prime Nesoi Island is the playable area in this bit, and you'll encounter predators and threats, and resources are limited. There's no time limit. It still says like it's a demo and stuff. Like I guess this is just the wording of it. It is the early access like version. So, yeah, at the moment, I don't think there's much of a story or much of a thing to do. But let's see, yeah, true indie early access experience. I have passed the training, so it hasn't picked that up yet. I encourage you to check out the early access description on Steam. Actually present on both Steam community and Discord. I can vouch for this. I've spoken to the dev himself as well. He's very active, very communicative to like ideas and feedback and stuff as well. Currently saving is only possible after sleeping. So there is like a quick save system, but I'm guessing it's not switched on or working yet, but there is like a keybind for it. Yeah, obviously there will be difficulty selection stuff coming, but at the moment, not yet. So yeah, let's see what it's like. We can't set any of our name or anything like that. But presumably we will be able to set all that up eventually. At the moment, we have just Drifter, but you will have Wayfarer, Drifter, Outcast, and Void Rider, which is pretty cool. You can customize the body, or you will be able to. We can't right now, but you'll have male or female. And then set name, and then obviously we've got our name there as well. Let's check it out. Awakening. So like I said, I have a little bit of experience with this before. So okay, here we are. So we're in this crashed shuttle. We want to equip our backpack, and it nicely gives us some stuff here. Now, what I would say, like right off the bat, is that what I noticed in the training is there is no like shift click or control click to like move things around. We are leveling up our looter though. That's cool. That's something new. I don't think we had that before. Stamina boost, duct tape. I'm just gonna take all of these. So it's very granular in the sense of we need to equip our helmet. A little bit of a low animation thing. We need to put a battery on and an air tank. I don't know, do we use insets? Helps prevent overheating. I don't know if you want these on now or if you just use them when you need them. There's a compass module, so we can pop that on as well. That's going to be handy. Haven't used one of those before. And I might use my 12-hour battery. It's a bigger battery. And I'm going to put med pack on the quick access. A gift. If you don't want it, don't take it. It will repair the damage done to your body. It was hard to do. There is no more. Okay. Is that like a free respawn, maybe? Something like that. Increase lung damage. I'm going to just put the hazmat and the medical one on there. And then I'm also going to put food here as well. You don't need this, but basically what I'm doing down here is when I press O, it gives me quick access to these items. So that's quite cool. We're going to move around here. Now, this bit, I think because of the steam and the water and everything, there's a lot going on here. this is the like one of the most graphically demanding areas of this game because it's like 40 frames. But I remember from the playtest, on the one hand, this hasn't improved. It is one of those things that, or it has improved, but it's still not perfect. Like, I think there's a lot of stuff going on here that makes this like a lot of like mist and effects and things like that make this quite a low resolution bit. And the reason I think like this is maybe not the best idea to have is because this is like players like first experience on this game, and if your PC isn't up to it, you're really gonna find out. you're really gonna find out quick. So obviously there is a little warning here that we're in an atmosphere at the moment. As soon as we open this door, we will no longer be in an atmosphere. And you want to close your visor. You close that by holding V. Now, I am 4K, like I said, high, 87% resolution, and I'm getting 40 frames. So this is a game that could really do with DLSS or frame gen to just help up it a little bit. I don't know whether we lower the resolution down to 2/3. Let's see. It's very precise. Let's see what that is like. Let's just see if that's any better. Actually had no impact on the frames per second. I wonder what I'm bottlenecked on. I mean, I shouldn't be bottlenecked on anything because my system is insane. But let's go down to medium with 71%. We're gonna just go with its presets. Let's just see. Somehow only got 5 frames better. So again, we're still hovering around 45 frames, which is weird. So like I said, there is a weird thing here where it doesn't seem to like care too much what it is. There isn't much of a difference between medium and high on my settings. I'm getting 45 to 50 frames regardless. So definitely like optimization that needs to happen. This is a little repair mini game. I quite like this. It's a cool, it's unique. I've never really seen this in a game before, but I tried this in the tutorial and I was like, this is actually quite cool. There we go. System integrity restored. Okay, we can now access that. There's a reinforced lower plate blueprint. Get a hacksaw, take that, and we'll take some food, some chocolate bars as well. Lovely. So yeah, like I said, the footage might be a little bit stuttery, or not stuttery, but it won't be 60 frames smooth, because it doesn't really matter what I do. I think it's maybe just 4K. We could try, let me try and lower it to 1440p, and we can see if we get better gains there. So just doing some initial tests, just to show it here. We're full screen, 1440, maximize window. I've got it down to medium. We're on 46 frames, which 48 frames, sorry, 51 frames, 50 frames. There we go. So we got an extra 5 frames, not doing much. So my main concern right off the bat is that it's going to be super hard to recommend what it is, because if my rig is struggling to get 50 frames, let alone 60, and it doesn't really matter. It seems like this, I don't know if the settings just aren't changing, like if it's not changing the textures and things like that, but it's saying it is, like maybe the menu's broken, or none of those things are really affecting it. That's possible as well. So yeah, we're going to play with this anyway. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect in terms of its performance, but I think looking at some of the reviews, and obviously, you know, I've played the playtest before, the performance is wildly ambitious in terms of its looks and everything like that. And yeah, I feel like if this guy can nail the performance and really get this nice and optimized. Because this is going to be players' first impressions. Like I'm giving you my first impressions of this early access, and I'm talking about performance the first few minutes in, right? Because, you know, 4K 60, I would say for me on my monitor, that's what I'm trying to hit as a minimum. But if I can get 4K 120, which is rare, then great. But 4K 60 with DLSS, that should be what we're aiming for. If it's 1440p or below, my rig should be hitting should be hitting 60 minimum. Like it should be way more. So that's kind of where my benchmark comes from on that side of things. Let's have a look around here. Something over there as well. There is a little hut up there. I think we went to this. I don't think this area has changed that much since our since the early like the playtest. We do have to be mindful. You can see at the bottom we've got the air tank usage. That is decreasing, obviously. We can lockpick this, but we need a lockpick to do so. Let's go have a look in here, because obviously first and foremost this is a survival game, so we're scavenging for things. We can light this to make a fire. We're going to be scavenging so that we can survive as long as possible, and I think at the moment that's the main goal. You're just trying to survive. I think eventually there will be like story, and there will be like things to do or objectives to achieve. It's very freeform. Oh, there's some free air tanks. That is very nice. I'm actually going to nick these. And we're going to press this button. And this will allow us to open our visor and stop using our air tank, basically. Scrap map. Oh, we can use a hacksaw on that. Let's do that while it's doing the air. I'm going to yoink that. Get some materials. Lovely. Our looter went up. Doors unlocking, so I think we can now open the visor. Make sure we open the right door. Perfect. And we got a ferret, which is like a little gun. Well, it's a ferret blueprint. Sorry, we haven't actually got the ferret, but we can have a little look in here. There's a little food and stuff like that. Need everything in there. You've got to be mindful of what we're carrying. Malfunction needs repair. Okay, so we got another mini game. I think we need to scan. There we go. We'll do 10 of these. Basically, you can't touch these little purple things, otherwise it fails. Little pink things, I guess. Like, there's some bits of this, and I think there's going to be a common theme throughout this, like, early access kind of video. Do we rescan? There we go. There are some parts. Oh, no. Do we start again? Or have we, like... Or did we... Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can start again. There are parts of this game that are, like, quite fleshed out and like nicely done, and then there are other bits where you're like, okay, this clearly like it's going to be on the roadmap, or should be on the roadmap if it's not. And there's promise here, but it's like very early days. Let's try and get this done so that I don't... Oh. There we go. Cool. That is done. And we actually get engineer level. So I like this. This is new. We didn't used to get levels. I don't know where we see levels for our skills. We've got... Basically, we got... I'm not the biggest fan of the UI, if I'm being critical. It's clear to some degree. Like, you got your operator, which is got your stuff, and you can quick access your gear and outfit. And you got stuff, which is just your inventory. Then you got bags, which is your inventory, but I guess filtered by bag. Then you've got crafting, which is stuff that you can add to it, to your inventory. And then, and the crafting is pretty cool. The crafting, you just drag the stuff across like this. And then you can kind of, like, you got to find the bits. But once you've got those bits, you can then say, right, I want to craft it and go from there. Obviously, weapon, like, for repairing. Data hub, this is where we can see notes. And our exo amp, which I guess is like our Walkman. And then we got our stats, and this is where we can see what levels we are. This is new, or this is, I didn't notice this last time. So we can see loads of different skills here: tinker, farmer, medic, blaster, hellrider, peacemaker, engineer. So loads of things here where I've got almost questions about what some of these are for. Like prospector is mining, maybe. Forcer, what is forcer? Skinner and chef makes sense, I guess. Obedient, blaster. Like some of these I'm interested in what they do. So maybe like tooltips of those sorts of things would be cool. And then perks will be available soon. We don't have them yet, but I guess a placeholder. And you can see like how much we've slept, how many days survived, distance traveled. So that's quite cool. Just, you know, you can then kind of measure it up against what you've done, which is pretty sweet. Like I said, F6 is meant to open up your like save slots. But they don't work at the moment, so that is just like there at the moment. There's a tactical front bag, so we can actually queue to equip that. Now we have a little front bag on, and this is something I do quite like, is that I'm a fan when you can see yourself, when you can see your legs and your arms. And I know some people are absolutely against that. I'm personally a fan of that. Can craft something to get rid of it, but I do wonder if there is the code around here somewhere that we can then find and like use. Let's pick up some of these bits here. Download that. Download that. A sterile bandage. There we go. So we've got a little bathroom here. And hack a plastic box. There we go. Oh, the door shut on me. There we go. That's rude. I think in terms of like functionality, like well, everything is lockpicking. Like functionality, it's here and it works. It's very early. Just open these. There we go. So we got some more stuff that we can basically eat and drink. And again, tab, you've got all this different stuff here. You've got your health, water, food, fatigue. And then you've kind of got your medical stuff. I would like eventually, like I would combine one of these. If we're staying with this UI, I would have like a health tab. A bit like Escape from Tarkov has, where it's got its like health or medical tab or something. And you can see all this here. I like, in a way, it's nice to be able to see it at a glance. But this stuff, when you are in pain or you have lung damage or something, it does show up on the UI, like on the right-hand side, like of your UI. So you do get to see it there. So it is, yeah, it's one of those things where it could be maybe put in a slightly better place. Because I think my biggest thing with this, it sounds like I'm being very critical of this. I'm kind of like viewing this as a lot of this is constructive feedback, because I'm very intrigued by this game. I'm a fan of the idea of it. I really think it could be really cool once it's like fleshed out in here, you know what I mean? But my thing is, I'm very intrigued by, oh, what's that? Compass module. Another one. Yeah, I'm very intrigued by the potential this game has. Let's there's no, we gotta be mindful, there's no battery charger or air tank charger here. We can find them. This thing you get, this is a new thing. They have this in the tutorial. You basically put items in here, I guess, that you don't need. And it gives you points. And if I'm honest, I'm not really sure what the points do right now. You get something for them. We could basically like, oh, I hate that. I didn't mean to do that. I think we just exit that. And it will give us some points. 109 loyalty points. So you get 100 for each kilogram. And it did say in the tutorial, it said if you get 500, then you get something special. So we can have a look at that. Yeah, we got our pickup range increased to 150. So it seems like as you level up your looting, you get increased looting range. Screwdriver is going to be useful. That's going to be useful. And we can actually scrap a lot of this stuff. You can actually just hack it all up and get materials. And in terms of crafting, you can do some light crafting, but you need a workbench for the bigger crafting. So let's open this. Let's close our visor. Wait for this door to close. And if there's a good thing out of this room is that we managed to loot some more air containers, so air canisters. But ideally we need to find a workbench so we can make a ferret so that we can defend ourselves, because we don't have a gun. I think in all the stuff I picked up, we don't have a gun. We picked up a magazine. But yeah, I don't have a gun. So come up against any bug enemies, and it's not too combat heavy, or it wasn't previously, but it is one of those things where you can get meat from the bugs. So I think long term you do want to, you can cook that over fires and things, so you do want to kind of engage in a bit of the combat. I think this is new as well. You got this kind of compass up at the top. Again, hoping it's placeholder. It's not the best UI on that side of things. But again, I like the visuals, the lighting, even the sound effects and the music, and there's the mystery. Like, what's that over there? Can we go to there eventually? Will we be able to? This is the map. We don't have the module, I think, like the GPS module, if there is one, to like see where we are exactly. But we can kind of see we're here, I think. I remember going here. I climbed over this bit in one of my last videos that I did of Hiraeth last year, I think. This is like some sort of fishing pier kind of thing. And we've been here before, but I've never really been around this way. So we're just going to have a little look, and we'll see how the game holds up, see what things are here. Like I said, I don't know if there's enough here to be like, oh, we survived 10 days on Hiraeth kind of thing, you know what I mean? But, or in Hiraeth, I guess. Hiraeth is not the planet. Ara Prime is the planet. Nesoi Island is the island. But yeah, I think if I was being constructive, there are some things like I would have this bottom UI simplified and fade away. Like I would have it, or have the option for it to fade away. We don't, unless it's meant to be that this is part of what you're seeing, but you see this even with your helmet off. So if it was kind of trying to be like an immersion, it's like a heads-up display in your helmet, then fair enough. But you take the helmet off and you still can see this. So if it's gonna stay, I would have it that it just fades away when you're not using it. And then maybe if you sprint, and like maybe every like periodic like point in your air tank, as your air tank depletes maybe to a certain point, it will just pop up saying that. But it takes up a good chunk of real estate. And same with the compass again. I feel like I'm a fan of minimal to no UI where possible, or like heads up display where possible. So it'd be cool to have that as an option. Is this an invisible wall? It is. It is. It just fell off as well. Now there is another little cabin thing over there. There's another crashed ship. And some more stuff down there as well. So let's have a little look down here. I'm conscious that my air tank is depleting. As far as I'm aware, we can swap the air tanks over while we're outside. At the same time, I kind of don't want to find out. It's coastal road. Looks like a bit of a steep drop from there, though. From my understanding, there is drivable vehicles as well. You do need to like fix them or craft them or whatever, but you can drive a vehicle in this. Might have been that buggy that was back there, but we didn't have a lockpick thing to access it. But yeah, I'm a fan when games have it that you're not just a floating head, that you are a body. Obviously, that comes with the challenges that you've got to like have the physics and everything with those things moving, and it does mean you do get head bump, you do get motion. So there is that to consider as well. Curious, like, can we interact with this? It is moving. You think that's like a creature? Like a alien plant. Can punch with one, but I think that's about it. We don't have any guns at the moment. But yeah, I think on the one hand, it is early access. There is a roadmap. The cost might be steep because I'm not sure how much content is here at the moment. But with a lot of early access titles, it is that thing of you're kind of getting in early at a lower price to then, you know, support the developer, give feedback and test the game, obviously. And then obviously when the game comes out in 1.0, it might be then like double the price or something, but you don't have to buy it again because you've got it. Straightforward management. Let's open this. Let's get in here. So here's one of those. There's another air tank there. Lovely. We will take... Oh, we're full. We're full. Let's do that. Still no air at the moment. Let's let it do its thing before we open our visor, because our air tank is very low. But yeah, I think for me, it's always a hard line when you're like checking out these games that come into early access, because there is the question of, have they done it too soon? Let's drop that and just pop a new air tank on. Need a crowbar ideally. We'll take that. Oh. Oh. Let's open that. What am I stuck on? Am I stuck on the air tank? Okay, I was stuck on the air tank there. I mean, case in point. Okay, so we can... I don't know how we use this. There was one in the... Maybe it's because we don't have any that are needed. Let's put our battery in here. That's cool. Should we pick this canister up? I mean, this can be a nice little base at least. So I think we'll use this as a base. Because, oh yeah, we're too full. What am I carrying? I'm carrying everything. Am I full? Oh yeah, my backpack's full. How much do these weigh? Oh, they weigh 5 kilograms on their own. Okay, yeah, so we're full in our bag. We can repair this. We can obviously loot some of this stuff as well and break some of it down. Stamina booster. Some personal lockers. There's some chocolate bars, disinfectant. Have to break some of these open. Some duct tape. Is this a closet or is this like a shower? No idea. Looks like this is where we want to be though, because I think that's a workbench at the end. A gunsmith bench. Hear about Cade? Who's Cade? Guy we play poker in the lower decks. Mine, a bushy mustache. Get a suit breach from one, and then it's like cut off. Okay. Gunsmith bench is where we can repair and upgrade our weapon, but we don't actually have a firearm yet. And these we need to break open. This is only needs 5 of these done. Okay. Waste container, large can, and a mug. Okay. I think is our thing charged? It is. It is charged. There we go. Go up here. Nice and light. Employee of the month. Do you think that's like a backer on the Kickstarter? I think they did do a Kickstarter. Oh, here we go. And these are some like other creators, I guess, that have either supported or backed or covered the game as well. So bearded dragon. That's cool. Cold Steel Ferret, Mon Evenstar, Drexer, Grendel. That's cool though. That's a nice touch. I think that's like if some people did a some items here as well. Nimrod so there's a few like little diary things here as well. So like I said, there was it Indiegogo or like one of those kind of, you know, one of those backing site things. This did go up there. Has had some backing as well. This here, I guess that's like a little homage to those people that did that. There is a drill here, which is great. There's actually a lot of the bits here we need for the ferret gun. It seems like there's a little bit of a weird thing when you come out of a crouch. Yeah, I can actually replicate that. So we can walk over stuff, but when we crouch and we step back up, we are standing still until we crouch again. Interesting. I'm kind of like talking this out as well because the dev has watched my previous 2 videos on Hiraeth that we've covered. So I know he does appreciate if I do find any bugs that he can kind of then add that and look into them. So this is, I mean, it says it's a tailoring bench, but I guess it's just a work bench because it seems like we can make a ferret here if we wanted to. And we could put some stuff in there. I don't know if we've got everything. There's a workbench there as well. But again, the things don't change. So I don't know if it's just like eventually there will be a bench for the textiles, like the clothing, and there'll be a bench for like the workbench stuff. But at the moment, it seems like I could make a ferret in either bench. Affinity loop detected out of order. How do I get that gun? I want that gun. Scrap remote control. Oh. No, I wanna get in there. Maybe that's just a tease. We've got Zach, the station mascot. From magazine. We've got another smart recycler. Ration master. Hack and lock pick the lockers as well. And you can store things in here, so apparently I do always like have a bit of caution with these sorts of things, but you can apparently just store stuff and it will still be here. It won't despawn. Hot plate, obviously we can cook meat and stuff if we get any kills. But yeah, I think what we can do is if we store, again, this is the downside. You can't like just right click and like you can drop or use, but dropping it just drops on the floor. It doesn't chuck it in. And also a thing is that the lockers actually have weight as well. So you can actually only hold 10 kit, which I think is quite low. I think from a storage point of view, it'd be cool to have that more. I think all of those are quite low. There is a geolocation module. We can actually equip that. That's good. I didn't notice that we picked one of those up. I think we'll just use this because you can like part use some of the food, which is quite nice. And fun fact, if it has this little, like, if it has EC or it has this little like kind of knobbly bit, it works while you're outside with your visor closed. Like, you can put it right into the suit. If it doesn't have, it's a nice attention to detail. If it doesn't have this and it's just like a normal like chocolate bar or something, then you can't use it while your visor's closed. So, like I said, there's some things with this where I'm like, it's got some cool attention to detail. But I guess this one, oh, is that that's actually a rifle under here. Oh. Nice. I mean, we don't have any... I think we literally have 6 rounds. That's it. But probably still worth trying to make the ferret. Like I said, I don't actually know if we have all the stuff for it. But we could break stuff down. Oh, a donut. Natural coffee, so we can drink the coffee. We do have a coffee, actually. Open the front bag. Just eat one of these. Oh, there we go. Wait, how do we get out of this? Oh. Am I stuck in the menu? Please no. I think... Oh no, okay. Just... I was panicking because there's no actual... Like I said, there isn't a save. So... I'm very, like, cautious. Unnamed. Lucky coin. Increase the owner's luck. I'm gonna take that. We can scrap this with a hammer. This will give us some stuff. Ribbon cables and things as well. And everything takes time. So if we're gonna scrap it, it's gonna take some time. Add it to our like count the clock down kind of thing. Have put all of that in. Let's have a look. So ferret. I think we are missing these crucial bits, the concentrator and the small energy core. I think we have everything else. Okay, so that's that module. That's for music. I'm not going to put that on just in case it's not like cleared for streaming kind of thing. Like, you know, it's like just got normal tracks in there. I don't want to like have to edit all that stuff out. Nanobots. Okay, that's cool. We have our GPS now though, so we can actually see where we are, which is quite cool. It zoomed us in though. We can't like zoom out from the looks of it, but we can now see exactly pinpointed where we are, which is cool. And obviously all of these we can break into. We use the hammer. Break that in. See, air tank battery, sewing kit. Trying to see if we can get a... There's a crowbar there. Trying to see if there's one of those power things, but I don't think there is. Can this give us one? PCB ribbons? No. Well, we have a weapon if we come into a situation. And like I said, there's loads that you could spend time looting and stuff like that, and you can also like I said, dump some stuff off here. We can sleep. Backpack there. A whole 70 kilograms. I'm kind of thinking, can we just move all this over? And this is the bit that's really a bit of a drag. Maybe I'm being stupid. There is no transfer all. there is no shortcut to like shift click over from one to the other. You can use or drop. That's it. If there is, there should be like a tooltip or something to like clearly say like, yeah, you can do this. But at the moment, this seems to be the only option. I think check in to drop the bag. There we go. And then we then just press Q. Oh, too heavy, you can't carry anymore. Do I have a maximum weight limit? So it doesn't matter what the bag can carry? My backpack's there. Which is fine. Is that my max lift? Is 50 kilograms? Well, I'm just gonna keep that there then, because so that's a shame that there's no 70 kilogram bag, but we can't carry that. Now, on the one hand, I was gonna say who can't carry like more than 50 kilograms, like especially if you're, but he is in a spacesuit, like give him a break, I guess. Set to sleep. You can rest, which just increases fatigue, but lets you like clear the weather. This one actually changes time of day. You can scrap the cloth for like bandages and things like that. Precision tools. Nice to know this stuff's here, but like I said, we're really missing the couple of injectors in there. Those crafting bits that we need. So in the interest of exploring this demo or this early access game, we're going to keep having a little look around. We're going to close the visor. Yeah, battery's not too bad. We can switch the battery over if needed. We can have a look as it starts to get nighttime. There is an enemy over there. I'm not really too focused on engaging in combat, because unless I have to, because again, it's not really the part of this game either, like the main thing of it. Like I said, there are enemies, but that reticle is glowing as well, to the point that it actually obstructs the target acquisition. Again, something that again could be worked on and improved. Oh, okay, never mind. There is like an is it an inertia? Like when you bring in the gun out, yeah, that little, because I'm ready already, like that's fine. But if you put the gun away, and I'm guessing I'm pulling the gun out and I'm putting it on a sling or something, maybe, I don't know. Is that what's happening? I put the combat knife away, didn't I? But you could loot that if we had the combat knife. Got a security chest. There's a vehicle here. Again, not sure if we can drive this one. This one looks pretty wrecked. There's a lot of stuff here which you can't interact with, but maybe like in the future you'll be able to like dismantle these as well. It'd be pretty cool because it would give you the options for really kind of dealing with not only the outside environment, but like oxygen and things like that too. I don't think he's seen me. Right, water receiving facility. Just little bits here. Again, another cool thing would be to oh, it does show. Oh, it shows where I am with the thing, but it'd be cool to have like them stay on the map, like the markers of where things are. But we're gonna head down here. We're gonna have a look, see what's down this bit. And obviously I'm curious, like, I'm excited for the story, because A, what the hell is that? Here we go. B, where is everyone? Why are we here? Why did we crash here? Were we coming here and, you know, do we know why we're here? Have we got amnesia? Where's everyone gone? Did the slugs kill everyone? But if so, where are all the bodies? Because there's also no bodies. So I'm like kind of looking forward to finding out more about that as well. Because obviously we're finding like notes and things like that of like previous exchanges between the, I guess they'd be colonists, wouldn't they? But where are they now? Again, are these bits that we can, like, if we had like a pickaxe or a mining laser, can we mine these? But I think at the moment, everything feels, I think, and it centers around the inventory, everything feels a little cumbersome to like craft, to like equip or use. And so there would be a thing there where I'd say that the usability, I think, is going to put a lot of people off. And that's fine if you're going for like a more of a hardcore insect tasting. If you're going for more of a hardcore audience, we actually need one of those. Great. But I think at the same time, this is pretty cool and could appeal to a lot of people maybe. But I think the accessibility of it might put some people off. There is a rifle magazine though. That is cool. You got to be very precise as well with where you're looking. We can use a crowbar. We just got a crowbar. We can break that open. Get right in there. Extra big battery like that. Can't eat either of these because we are in our helmet suit thing. We reload as well. Oh, we drop the mag as well. Interesting. So now we got 27 rounds, and then we got 5 in our spare mag. This is harbor. If I remember correctly, we couldn't swim. We kind of just... Wait, can we swim? We can swim now. That's cool. At the same time, I also don't want to go down there right now because I'm very, very aware of the fact that this game only saves when you sleep. We did sleep earlier, like in that thing, so if we were to lose it, then not the end of the world. I kind of don't want to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but I'm going to say it. And we can laugh and be like, haha, I told you so, but it hasn't crashed yet. So stability wise is good. And just as an update, I don't know if it's like texture streaming, shaders in the background, but we are... I don't know when this happened because, to be honest, I've just been pressing ahead with the 45 to 50 frames. But we're currently at 68 frames, 75 frames. So it might have just been that early beginning bit that was quite like resource intense with the smoke and stuff like that. The resting place of Mr. Gills. Oh, here we go. Don't let little things like that discourage you. I'm definitely stuck. I decided I want to stay here and live on the ship for the rest of eternity. I'm not going anywhere, so thank you. Okay. I like that it's like got it written down here as well. You can store the entry. We can open Mr. Gills. Collect the unnamed cow. We can only hold one rifle at a time. Would be cool to be able to like strip it, like take the mag out and stuff like that. And he actually has quite a few different magazines. Not that we really need all of these, but it does insinuate that there's a shotgun, an SMG, as well. We can actually get in here. I don't know if we want to. Yeah, there's a little chest. Let's open that with the crowbar as well. Maintenance kit, battery, and a sterile bandage. I think we already got that. Yeah, we've already got it. Yeah, I'm intrigued by this for sure. I think it's already better than the playtest in terms of performance. I think there's still like the lack of direction, which not everyone needs. I personally do like a bit of that, like a bit of go here and at least a little bit to begin with. But I know some people do like this, where it's just kind of you've spawned, go figure it out, like go have a look, which I'm fine with. I just think there's not maybe the stuff here to figure out right now, maybe. I mean, obviously there is that light coming out the sky, which I think, if I remember correctly, was in this little central circle bit that's over here on the right hand side. I think I remember seeing, not going there, but seeing it the first time we played this, I believe. But love the atmosphere. I like the audio, the subtle music, and obviously the kind of, I'd say eerie to some extent, like the eerie kind of to say vibes, because I feel like I say vibes too much, but it's got a what's the word? It's not vibes. It's creating an atmosphere with the audio, isn't it? Have a look on what I'm guessing is like a storage platform, and then like these like shuttles would land and pick these up or something. Maybe this is like the exports. But it seems like there's, oh, you can actually sprint while aiming down sights, which is interesting. I think there's a reason why we haven't seen that in other games, but that's yeah, there's nothing here though. Okay. So I think that's what I mean. At the moment, there's definitely survival elements here. I think there's a little bit too much on the walking sim genre side of things at the moment, and I think that's just because it is early. Like we are early in the game at the moment. Very intrigued to see how this develops and what things the dev's going to kind of be adding to this over time. Like I said, the Steam page will be linked in the description below, where there is the roadmap. There is also a demo, so you can actually check out the demo. From my understanding, I don't know if there's any limits or anything on the demo, but I imagine there is a difference in the build. So I'm not sure if there's like certain, like if the map's smaller or if there's little bits cut off or anything. I think at this point, if I was the dev, I would probably just say like the demo is the same as the early access, but the demo has like a 45-minute cutoff or something like that. Like you can run around for 45 minutes, and anything beyond that, the game resets. So maybe you could treat it like a roguelike and get 45 minutes each time, like you just reset it. I don't know if that would affect sales, because I feel like if someone likes it enough, they won't want to restart over and over again. And especially as more content's added, there'll be even more incentive then for that player to be like, oh, I like this, but I want to keep going. I want to buy this. There's another game that we checked out last year, different genre, called Road to Vostok, which is basically like a solo dev based out in Finland. And it's basically his solo kind of escape from Tarkov, essentially. Single player, PvE escape from Tarkov, but called Road to Vostok. And it's made in Godot, I believe, as well, and by one guy as well. So again, I love checking out these games that are made by solo devs, because so many people, talented people, creating impressive stuff. But I think he was doing something like that where the demo doesn't have all the features. Like some of the the new features and things are being held back and kept for the main game. But the demo will be like time limited and will have a lot of content, but you'll have a time limit. And so you can kind of play as much as you want, but you want the full experience with all the new features and stuff like that, then that's going to be in the actual game, not in the early access, not in the demo. So like I said, I'm not sure on the state of the demo, but if you are curious, but you're thinking, not sure if I want to drop the £20 on it right now, then yeah, let me try the demo out and let me know how you get on with it. Because like I said, I'm back to about 58 frames per second at the moment, just as an update. So there is which is weird because I felt like being nearer the water earlier, I'd expect the frames to be lower, and being here, that the frames would be higher. But it's actually in the reverse. So I can't really pinpoint what's causing the dip in frames. Because even looking at this, my frames actually go up. My frames when I'm looking up at the sky are like 65. So it's definitely like the rendering of the distance and things like that. But the textures and stuff. But this game, DLSS, frame gen, call it a crutch if you want. But this game needs it. It needs DLSS at least. There's like a little radio tower up there. Kind of just walking on foot here and just having a chat with you guys really. So like I said, I think my main thing is I think there's content here. The game works. You're not like building freeform kind of buildings and prefabs and things like that. It is very much a there's crafting, there's things to do, but it's not. These were locked before. I wonder if these work now. These weren't like a working feature when I looked to this last time. Oh, we can get in there. Wait, no, this is a hydration note. I thought this was there are these little doors that just go into the. Actually, I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. Like a little bunker. Yeah, I think it's worth seeing. This. Oh, my tanks ran out. Great timing. There we go. Great timing there, though. Anyway, but we can change the tank. But yeah, I think what I'm trying to say, if I spit my words out, leg guards. There we go. Is and a neck. Oh wow, we've got loads of armor there. Yeah, is that depending on how much you like to delve into these games and stuff like that, there is going to be stuff here to explore, but it's gonna now really turn to the dev and be like, right, how often are you going to get updates out? What's the cadence of those? Are we going to get, you know, what things are going to be here? Is performance going to improve? These kind of things. I'd be really interested in finding more out about that, you know. So, oh, med pack. There we go. Like I said, there is like stuff here. Don't know what these bits are. Looks like we need to repair this first. Maybe this is part of like a thing. I think I put my flux tool away, didn't I? So that's me being stupid there. But so maybe we can repair these and it's part of a wider puzzle maybe. We'll wait for the door to close. Let's do that now. There we go. I just had to get up then because my dog was like, I don't have water. And he does have water. Right. So. Doesn't get too dark as well. It's like 11:30. It says in the bottom there. And it's not too dark. Not like survival horror, pitch black darkness, which I do quite like, but could do with it being a tad darker, but you know, pretty skybox. Oh wow, don't look at that. I like this effect as well. You get this because the visor, like the visor has like a dirt tint on it. You can probably see like the little scratches. It's a nice like filter visual. I said I think some of this stuff's done really well. Really good. So it does give me a lot of hope and promise for the future of this game. So yeah, let's have a little look. I remember there being like an enemy around here or something, or like a dog-like creature last time. Might have even died to it. Get my gun out ready just in case. I don't know what the character is doing when he's bringing the gun out. I do like this though. Like you've got this kind of ready position with the gun and stuff like that, but it does have a little bit of a like your character goes back to a he's holding it out at a low ready, and then there we go. And he tucks it away. Celestial Wishing Well, that's what it's called. Do we just dive in to end the video? And just leave it on that note. So we can scrap the remote controller. We can't go in here though. And again, maybe this is part of the story. It does look like there's a console over there though. I'd imagine this will have something to do with the story and what we're doing. But again, I'd like to see that you can press J, open a journal, and maybe it's just maybe the guy does have an objective already, or maybe he's been sent here and he crashed. Maybe he's part of the crew and it's like find out what happened to the crew. Lots of things that could be done with this, I think. I think this is just a oh, there is a little thing tucked away here. Okay, there's a little chemistry bench. And there's a bunker. Just gonna check the chemistry bench. Yeah, like I said, chemistry bench. I don't think the benches, they've got names, but they're all just a workbench. So you can build anything on those workbenches. That's the. If you press I, it opens up the controls. That's what I did there. I think if we go outfit, we can then do. Is neck guard on head? There we go. Arm guard, leg guard. There we go. And it's dark, so we can't see ourselves, but just have to take the word that we're drippy. Let's go down into the belly of the beast, perhaps. Or maybe this is just a little bunker. I think it is just a bunker with a. Looks like it's just got a little bed in here. So somewhere we can save, I think. Oh, there we go. No air tank though. Gotta wait for it all to be green. There we go. Some mugs in the bin. Wall watch. Little cargo container. Everyone locks everything here, which is very, very diligent of them. And we can actually sleep here as well for a little bit. Which I will do have a little nap. What's breached? Oh, I don't know. But that's where I'm going to leave it for this one. Like I said, I'll keep having a little look at this and seeing what's here. Let me know if you would like to see more of this. I think I'm not too sure how much is here and what there is to do at the moment. It's very pretty and looks very nice from what you're moving around in and stuff like that. Performance definitely needs an upgrade. I think not everyone is going to be rocking an Intel 12900K and an RTX 4090. And if I'm getting 4K 60 with high settings, and like I said, the problem is that there's not enough differential between these. Like these don't seem to do much. Like there's 2 or 3 frames between each setting. That needs to be wider. Low, you should be able to play 1440p 60 easily. Like you should be able to get your 120 on low. It'll look like shit, but I'm guessing it's just not scaling properly, or maybe just mine's not working for whatever reason. But optimization, I think, needs to be top priority. And then there's a mixture of the UI could definitely be improved. I don't mind it, but there's an inconsistency with it, and some of it just doesn't look. It looks a bit of a mixed bag, and that's my only thing. And then the other thing is, maybe it is just meant. This isn't necessarily a complaint. Maybe it is just meant to be open and you do what you want. But it would be nice to have a little bit of a, hey, this is where we're going, or this is what we need to do, or head this way, or something like that. But at the moment, I'm not sure if that's just not here yet because that's not in the game. And what I did want to do is just throw up the roadmap. If we can get that up here. Because there's going to be the Eternal mode, which I think is what we're playing now. The Eternal mode is endless survival sandbox. Skills are your only ally. Survive, explore, and uncover lore that deepens with each playthrough. So I think that's what we're doing now. And then Revelations mode is a narrative-driven journey. I think that's the bit that I'm kind of looking for, which we don't have yet, I think. Lots of cool options, though. I think I do like the full body awareness. There are vehicles in this. You can drive a buggy. There is a training course as well. And single player only. Innovative survival mechanics, all that kind of stuff as well. Really just needs, I think, optimization. Priority number 1. Optimize it. Make it so that this can look as pretty as it wants, but you have a more accessible option for more players to access the game. Because I know a lot of players will be turned off by crashes, although I haven't had any crashes. But you know, if people are getting crashes, people are getting struggling to get 30 frames, that's going to draw people away. And then yeah, probably then just focus on the gameplay and maybe the UI. Like I said, I'd hide that bottom bit of the screen. I don't know what you guys think. I would hide it until it's needed. I'd maybe even have the clock to one side, maybe the battery and the air tank with a different UI on the right hand side. Maybe I think visor open's nice to know, and that's having the suit tightness, that is good to have. But we don't need the guns, especially when I don't have a pistol. Like I don't even have a pistol. Like why is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 showing for me? We could hide those. Stamina and health, they can appear contextually, like dynamically. So there's little things like that that if it was like some little quick wins, I think some stuff like that could make it quite an improvement straight off the bat as well from a user experience. I do like how this is laid out to some degree, but I think there is a lot of redundancy. A medical tab would be great. But I feel like I'm like picking apart a lot of stuff, but at the same time, really keen to see this as like what this could be. You know what I mean? I think it's got a lot of potential, and it's nice to have like not only a pretty looking game, but like a hardcore sci-fi survival game. That would be pretty sick. A lot of potential here for that, and then obviously having a story mode as well. Like that'd be even better. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you're subscribed. Remember to like and comment as well. Really helps the channel out. Really helps support me. Really appreciate you guys for watching and getting this far as well in the video. And thank you again to the dev as well. Sport Rifle Magazine. Thank you again to the dev for providing me with a key to check this out. He did mention as well that he'd be happy to provide a key or two as well for the community. So yeah, maybe I'll take him up on that offer, and we'll do a giveaway or something. So make sure you join the Discord if you want to be a part of that. I'll sort something out with that, and maybe we'll give a key away to a lucky viewer. So yeah, make sure you're in the Discord, like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.